Hi, I'm Shelley Young, owner of the Chopping Block, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a pan sauce. What I really want to focus on today is the technique in making pan sauces. These are one of the simplest, quickest sauces to make at home, so I really want to share that with you. So we're not going to focus on the recipes, but the techniques. I'm going to start by sauteing some chicken breasts, and we're going to use that to create some fond in the bottom of the pan, which is some aromatic little bits that are going to flavor the sauce. We're going to deglaze it with some wine, and then we're going to thicken the sauce, and that's really what I want to focus on today, is developing the flavor and thickening the sauce. So I'm going to do two pan sauces right next to one another. I've got a pan that's heated about a medium-high heat here, and I've got some seasoned chicken breasts, just simply seasoned with salt and pepper. I put a little grapeseed oil in the pan. And the chicken breast right down like that. We're going to quickly cook these. These are very thin chicken breasts. They're just going to take about 2 minutes per side, but I want to get a nice brown on those chicken breasts. Once these chicken breasts are browned, I'm going to remove them from the pan. What we have left in the pan is called fond, F-O-N-D. And that is really a concentrated flavor of the chicken, and it's going to season the sauce. It's essentially, once I add liquid to this, it's going to make a stock in the pan. I'm going to add, in both cases, a little bit of shallot. And we'll let that just saute for a second. Doesn't take much time at all. This pan's getting a little hotter. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more. I've got some white wine here. I'm going to deglaze that. You can use water. You can use stock. You can also use something like bourbon or brandy, whiskey, any kind of aromatic that adds a little bit of acid to the sauce. It deglazes that fond, it removes that fond from the bottom of the pan and puts it in the sauce. Note, if you're going to put something higher alcoholic like brandy or whiskey, you might want to pull it off the stove because otherwise it'll catch on fire. So this is the basis of a pan sauce, and I can add other kinds of aromatics to this. I could add mustard, I could add tomato paste, I could add sauteed mushrooms, all kinds of things to make my pan sauce, but we're making a very simple one today, just with a little shallot, a little white wine. And in this particular case, I'm going to use some heavy cream, and this is probably about a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. And all we need to do with this is reduce it a little bit. That heavy cream, you can't use half and half or milk, it will not work. You need heavy cream, and we're going to reduce this, and that is going to thicken the sauce. In this particular case, I had a little more evaporation here because I was talking away. I might add a little more wine. You could also add a little bit of water to that. But I need a liquid for the base of this sauce. This one I'm going to thicken with cold butter. This is cold unsalted butter. And what I do here is remove this from the heat. I'm actually going to turn this way down. And I start to add my cold butter a little at a time. This cold butter is what's going to thicken the sauce. What you want to be careful with is that you don't actually melt the butter. The idea here is to hold the butter at a state between melted and solid. And that's what adds body to the sauce. Now, this is the sauce I make most frequently because I always have butter around. I don't always have heavy cream around. And you can see how this is thickening the sauce. That sauce is done. It's back to our heavy cream. The sauce is also done. In just a matter of minutes, we made 2 sauces. I'm just going to season or taste these. Both perfect. I don't generally salt and pepper these because the salt and pepper from the chicken have seasoned this. So we're going to put our first pan sauce, thickened with heavy cream. Our second pan sauce, just thickened with cold butter. A little garnish, parsley here. And you have one of the quickest sausages you can make. That's how you make a pan sauce.